Oh, Jade's AFK. Hold it. Shiki?
Hmm?
Shiki, are you here? Shiki?
Yeah, hi, I'm back now.
Welcome back. Okay, now we're ready for the recording.
Yay!
If you haven't started yet.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I got called. My bad.
you're good. So, Jade, you kind of begin to awaken once again within the throne room. Obviously, being much taller than you normally are. You can tell you're once again seeing a memory. As you then hear Theo's voice shout, "We can't do that, that is fucking stupid."
Oh,
And your head just kind of automatically looks towards Theo before looking at the king's second in command. And you hear yourself speak. "I'm with Theo on this. We can't do that. There will be innocent lives that can be hurt." You then notice he begins to kind of walk up. Let me... you see Davitt begin to walk up as he looks at both Theo and you and goes, "I do not care if innocent lives will be hurt. You will complete this or suffer the consequences. King's orders." You then hear Theo once again. "I refuse to do it. I do not care what the consequences are. I refuse to hurt those lives." As he then begins to walk out. You then look at Davitt and go, "I'm with Theo on this. I ain't doing it." As you now begin to walk out, and everything around you begins to fade. As you awaken, back at camp.
well, shit. Okay.
Why is Sin not in bed? You?
Oh, sorry. Does he have to be? He doesn't sleep through the night. He's a fucking crow.
He doesn't.
No,
I'm
he's a
just
raven.
curious.
Okay.
Obviously, Jade, you see Sin kind of just standing there. Doing whatever he was doing. As
He's
he
up
walks
here.
Out.
He's sitting in the... No. He's over here in the
Okay.
little
Then
kitty
he goes in.
area. Little chairs.
You awaken. Who's next?
Yes.
Asen. Asen, you begin to wake up, slightly hungover from the night before. As you see Sin doing whatever Sin's doing. And this other character... Give me just a split second. Leon. You see Leon kind of standing there. He seems to be messing with potions. Like he's organizing them and whatnot, and even pouring some into bottles. Asen. Just to make sure you're aware.
Jade is just gonna get out of bed and walk towards where Sin is.
Okay. You see
Bob
Sin...
said, "What are you doing, Liam?"
Yep, like I stated, you see Leon messing with potions, pouring some into bottles. As you said that, Asen, you see Leon stop, grab one of the bottles from off the table, and walks over to you and goes, "Drink this."
Okay.
Okay. The pain from the hangover that you were once feeling kind of disappears.
Asen chugs it.
Yeah. The pain from the headache you were feeling kind of disappears as you drink it.
I feel right proper now.
Good. I had those special made to help deal with hangovers. As he then goes back to working on the other potions that still sit within the table. Lynn, you begin to wake up to no one in the room. Besides from Dawn.
Leon's gonna get out of bed and make her way up to the next room.
Jade, what do you want to do?
Jade is just watching Leo do potions at this point.
I'll move you to the table then. Did you move yourself, Lynn?
Holy
Yeah,
fucking
I'm
shit.
moving.
Oh, it's not showing up on my screen. That's weird.
Oh my
Oh,
fuck.
could it be because I was holding it?
Probably. Something else you have began to notice, so a lot of the items that were once in the dining room is kind of now gone. It is very obvious they're finishing up whatever remains of packing.
Who are you talking to?
All of you, I'm just describing what the room looks like. Most of the stuff, items being gone. Jade, you then watch Leon grab the potions, putting most of them in his bag as he begins to walk out to go to the meeting room.
Y'all know what's crazy?
What?
I was speaking in character. That guy,
God.
I wonder what he felt before he died. Not emotionally. Physically.
Probably agonizing pain.
After his arm got ripped off. £75,000 or newtons. 4 times that of an alligator bite. Lynn, you can conjure up a fucking storm.
Mm-hmm.
Why is the rat trying to climb inside of the fucking animal?
Yeah.
It's
What
weird,
is your
man.
rat trying to do, Ethan?
Do you guys now see Gia walk in? She kindly
Bob
says,
said. Aeson shrugs.
Gia, have
Gia-
me and you met?
Not officially, no.
It's a rat. What did you expect?
Most I know is your name is Sin, and you were an ex-Dustfall. That's really all I know.
Sindri. Please don't call me Sin.
Understood, Sindri.
Thank you.
Anyways, when you guys are done eating, where's Theo? Out of character, where did that bastard go?
He's
Where
at
did
the
he go?
castle.
Oh shit,
At the
yeah!
end
Got
of-
him.
Theo said he would like to talk to you guys in the meeting room when you guys are done.
Yeah, now that I'm not
Gonna
off my
kinda-
fucking gourd, I can think. Sorry.
Gio's gonna kind of remove the rat off from her head and walk back to the meeting room.
Lane,
Hmm?
I would like for you to teach me a little bit of fighting. Would you mind?
Sure.
Awesome.
I don't see why not.
Cool. I've rolled that d6 later then.
Then,
Yeah.
do you know how to... Do you have the fighting skill? If not, I can show you. If
I don't-
you want.
I don't need to know how to fight. My body won't let me. Bones are too hollow and all that. Nobody's gonna get close enough. I try to make sure of that.
Alright.
But if push comes to shove, I'll know who to go to. Sindri winks and then stands up. Come on, we got a meeting to go to.
Let's go.
Jade will start following Din and Claire.
Sindri drags his chair out and then takes a seat.
Sin, when you walked into the room, you saw Jackie kind of wave and smile at you.
He does the what's up nod. Get the fuck out of here, bro! He picks up the rat and then just pushes it over here.
Yeah, I said right here, right?
Yes, I think so.
Thank you.
By the way, everyone, I just want to say I'm sorry for yesterday. I was kind of losing my shit.
You're
Fine.
Okay. I would like to give you an updated report on after your attack yesterday. Obviously, the camp did not really survive. It's mostly destroyed. Any tools that did survive were taken back to the castle. So unfortunately, if we wanted to go back and search for it, we wouldn't be able to find anything.
What about
There's
the...
also...
Go ahead.
The king is pissed about the death.
Oh.
Because of that, not to mention, somehow news received to him that one of his spears broke during the
His
fight.
spears?
He is doing an inventory check on all weapons, and from what I hear, he's going to do an investigation on Molly. As Theo is about to say the next words, well, I want to make sure I'm going to be saying this name right. You guys
Bob
see-
said.
Didn't you call him Axe?
AASX.
Didn't you call him Axe earlier?
Yes, it's Axe. I just wanted to double check. You guys watch as Axe busts through the door, extremely
Hey.
injured and slightly on the verge of death.
What's up, little
As
man?
she does come through the door, you immediately see Jackie get up and bolt it towards her to begin healing.
You know, it's crazy the king could have sent him in here with a bomb.
She doesn't have any of her items on her.
Who is that lass?
Jade, you're obviously filled with just a tad bit of rage at seeing another one of your kind being extremely injured. She's also extremely out of breath.
Jackie, can you do me a favor?
Yeah?
The king. Is he getting desperate?
It does seem like he's starting to get desperate from what I've seen.
You can be
the
an
fact that he's letting me out of the capital more often was enough to prove that to me.
you could be an informant.
She's gonna kind of point at herself and go, me?
Tell us everything you know.
I know Molly's about to be executed.
Should I go and heal the poor lass?
Jackie's dealing with that. You didn't see Theo get up and goes, what do you mean by that? The king found out. Do you know who's doing the execution? No, sir.
Sindri smiles and then looks over and says, I'm guessing you want us to go stop it, Theo?
Yes. But I want you to keep your mind. I want you guys to be open. If you have to, leave. Just try to leave with Molly alive.
What about collateral?
Like if she dies on the process of escaping?
No.
Or to the people.
Everything else.
Try to hurt as little of the civilians as you can. If they died, though, they got in our way. Jackie's gonna kind of move Axe over here.
That means, Jade, you have to watch your clouds, and Lynn, the storms, too.
Mm-hmm.
So no collateral, Theo.
As little as possible, yes.
I won't be of much use. Who's carrying out the execution, Jackie?
Jackie wouldn't know.
Don't tell me.
Jackie's gonna look at you and go, I don't know.
Thank you. Okay.
Sometimes it
You
could
know
just be a
what-
head guard, and other times it could be someone from the king's choosing, like a dustful or something. It could be completely random.
This is probably a lure.
Do we know where it's happening?
In the center of the town.
It's definitely a lure. This is a trap.
Listen, I know it may be a trap, but can you at least attempt, if you are able to, attempt to get Molly out? I don't... If not, try to figure out a way to postpone the execution. We can't lose Molly. We'll lose a huge
Bob
chunk
said,
of our supplies.
however, as Asen pulls out the maracas, we have the world's best musician.
Oh,
That's not gonna stop an execution. Your music and your charisma can go so far, but you are not gonna change the king's bloodlust.
Then you guys try to avoid this fight as much as possible. Get
Killing-
Molly and get out.
Killing the executioners doesn't matter. It's getting Molly out. But we're gonna be directly in the center of the city, meaning all eyes are gonna be on us. That
If it
means
is a trap,
if
the
we-
king most likely would have evacuated people.
I don't believe that. He's getting desperate. Like Jackie just said, why would he evacuate people?
Don't need to. All I need to do is play me music while you rescue Molly.
To make himself look like a good king. If
Wrong.
he's able to convince the...
No, wait. Rescuing Molly isn't the problem. Molly's not the problem. We can get in there and we can kill the executioner, sure, but the problem is, how do we get out without being followed? The king probably has fucking dragons. The king probably has wyverns that can fly 10 times faster than me.
If the guards are distracted by me, they won't notice you.
Than me and Lynn. But once the guards turn their head and realize that the person that they're trying to kill, putting in the center of the city and parading around town, which likely the king is doing, is gone, all alerts are off. It's a capital city.
Leon from behind is going to kind of raise his hand and goes, I have a way to make it so you can get out without being seen. Lynn, you remember when I gave you that potion?
Is
that
it
created the smoke?
invisibility potions?
No. But Lynn, you remember that smoke potion I gave you?
yeah.
I have extra goggles. You can each have one. And once you get to Molly, throw down the smoke.
Smoke does good, but how do we get out without being seen, followed? I mean, the chances that somebody in that city is a snake halfling that has thermal sight and is loyal to the king are really high. At every corner we find something else goes wrong. This is an obvious trap where the king has his chess pieces everywhere. His pawns are lined up perfectly.
Yeah, but what if it's another trap?
Like me
though?
said, you rescue her while me music and dancing distracts.
Yeah, but they won't stay distracted for long.
When they notice their girl is out there, which will be in seconds, they'll know you're a distraction and then just execute you. And also, like I said, fucking dragons. Flying people. I mean, Lynn
Then
can,
I throw a smoke bomb to get away.
Lynn can fly, for God's sakes. I mean, how many Lynns do you think are flying around the fucking capital city right now, especially with how paranoid he's getting? We don't need to just get Molly out. We need to get Molly out and never be noticed. To maybe somehow call off the execution entirely.
What if I were to distract the guards? Theo kind of stands up. Theo kind of slams his hand on the table.
What would you distracting the guards do?
I lure some of them out. It would lower down how many guards are following you. and Leah can take care of the other half. That would cut about half of the guards down.
That's assuming that your plan actually works. And that they don't just surround the area and people. It's a public execution of a public enemy.
Mind if I join you in distracting them?
No. I want you to stay with the party.
And Sin.
Am I not being heard? If we go in there, we die. This is a fucking death trap.
I'm
The
listening
town
on this
square is
one.
close enough to the forest to where you guys will be able to vanish.
What'd you say, Lynn?
I could
I
disguise
see.
myself as a high-ranking official.
Disguise isn't gonna work.
Ethan, keep lying and we'll get you killed.
And deliver a pardon.
Lynn, what were you trying to say?
What I was trying to say is that I agree with you, Sven. Something about this does not seem right.
Thank you. How valuable is Molly? I hate to call her life in question, but it's ours or hers. It is the entire integrity of the Angel Flames or hers.
We will lose all of our means of supply. So if any of your weapons, your armor, anything gets destroyed, we won't be able to replace it for weeks, even months on end.
But we'll be able to replace Molly.
She is the logistical master.
But we can replace her.
Not within this capital. The only other blacksmith who is any sense of good works for the king, 100%. The other blacksmiths aren't good enough, or have refused to work with us. Molly's the only one who has. That's why it will take so long to get new materials.
So what you're asking us to do, Theo, your most valuable assets is just walk into a death trap knowing exactly what we're doing.
Aeson slams his fist on the table. How do you propose we find another logistical person in fast time?
How do you propose that you disguise yourself long enough to distract the fucking guards and call off a pardon without them actually giving off the execution? How do you propose that you distract enough guards for us to get in there and out with Molly without being noticed by probably fucking flying creatures that are just gonna rat us out to the king and follow us back to our camp? Two things that are infinitely more likely than miraculously getting in and getting out. Do you know how many blessings we would have to spend just to get in there without being seen?
Because my father is Norchus Maximus. Time to roll charisma.
Are you trying to use charisma against Sin?
You're trying to convince Sin?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So do you need me to roll for you?
I'll be rolling my mind.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, you have to roll a disadvantage against Sin. Especially if
Reroll.
you're using your mind.
Reroll and roll disadvantage. Damn. Centurion, believing Aeson, leans back and says, "And what's your father gonna do? Pardon her?"
Not to mention it's the chance of it failing will lead to your guys' demise.
If I was as paranoid as the king, I would put a tracker down her throat. And then just let the execution be carried out. Let us come in, raid, take the girl back, and then go destroy the camp that they live at. Maybe then he'd have a chance to actually survive against us. No point in going in there and saving her.
Bob said, and that is how I will do it. My father is not Noxious Maximus. That is a joke name, like Silius Sodus or Bigus Dickus.
We're stuck in a pickle here.
Jade is just gonna raise her hand, just like waiting for everyone to like stop bickering.
Just
What
talk,
is it,
Jade.
Jade?
I am in agreement when it comes to sin. But you guys haven't thought of the other hand, or should I say possibility, of it being another type of trap. A trap that one of our friends, as he looks at Lynn, has fallen for.
That it's a copy.
Lynn? Exactly. Molly could just be a copy. You know, a little trick of the mind.
If it's a copy, I promise you we'll figure it out by the time she gets back here and then just kill her. Or
Probably figure it
whoever.
out beforehand.
Nah, she's that damn witch again.
But honestly, that's a really good point, Jade.
That is.
Theo, I understand how much of a valuable asset she is, but letting her die makes more sense.
Bob said, "Can Asun use charisma to ask Axe if she is lying?"
Sure, but I can
To
tell you
see
right
who
now
is
she's not
lying.
Let's see if the goblin's lying.
If she's lying, I'll rip her tongue out of her throat and wrap it around her neck.
You're gonna be able to see the check. I can tell you that right now, and I'm gonna tell you right now she's not lying.
No, if she's lying, I'll fucking choke her with her own intestines.
No, she was not lying. Out of everyone, why would you think a goblin would lie to you? If
True.
anything, she also wants the king dead.
That's true. I don't know, maybe she's tortured. Special privileges. Theo, you're the leader. You call the shots. You say something to your soldiers and they'll follow. What do you think is the best decision? Personally, going in there is a death trap. It's going to get us all killed. Unless we have a interdimensional camp or something.
We do have another camp. Why do you think a lot of stuff...
Interdimensional. I mean, the king can't get there. The king and his men.
Not really interdimensional, but he won't be able to get
Bob
there
said,
easily.
"Look, Sin, maybe in the short term, letting Molly die would be a good idea, but in the long term, the supplies to our small revolution would be severed, and our lives would be shortened substantially."
Oh yeah? We're not gonna have lives to be shortened if we go in there and fucking die.
Rolling charisma.
Don't keep just charisma checking me because I'm not gonna agree with you. Sindri isn't going to agree with you. Sindri's not gonna agree with you because he fully fucking believes this is a death trap. There's no charisma that you can check to change his mind.
If you guys were to go there, how long do you think you can hold off?
That depends on what the king throws at us. I mean, me, Lynn, together, he'd probably throw everything. He'd probably throw the world at us.
I would say, how long would...
Theo.
This is a
Theo.
RL question. How long would a 3 rounds, how long would that last?
3 rounds in character? Or in
Yes.
game? That, honestly, like, combat can be really dynamic. Usually, one fight between an enemy is 10-15 seconds at the max. But, I mean, some fights can go for, like, half an hour. I can't accurately answer that. In character, Sindri says, "Theo. Dude. I just thought of something.
Say it, and I'll tell you my plan after.
Everyone, I just thought of something. And tell me what you all think about this. And how realistic it sounds. You have all the specs on Queen Remy. Or on Molly, right? You have her records. You have everything about her.
Yep.
Why would the king want a public execution? He wouldn't, right?
He would if he's desperate. anyone he sees as dust falls anyone he sees as an angel flames, he might decide to just kill off.
Yes, revolution, of course. However, assuming only the record... Asen, please don't interrupt. I'm trying to get to a point. Assuming only the record, why would the king want her dead? He wouldn't, right?
Bob said, to sow fear into the revolution and sever our armament.
Yes! But go ahead, Theo. Assuming only the record that she has.
You cannot fight without weapons or armor.
Stop. Let me get to my point. Theo, if the king has no reason for if the king is committing senseless execution, that's crimes against humanity. Queen Remy would absolutely come into here. The new royals would absolutely come here. There's our supply chain.
Jackie's gonna perk up. Actually, Sin, the king has been having speculations of Molly being part of the resistance for a while now.
Executing somebody for revolting against royals is no reason for execution. International law. If the revolt is peaceful, you act peacefully. If the revolt is violent, you act accordingly.
You guys destroying camps aren't acting violent?
How is Molly tied to that? How does the king tie us into the angel flames? He can't. Sindri? That guy who decloaked himself, only one person saw that. And if the other guards did, he doesn't know that we're with the angel flames. We have random
Bob
clips.
said, there might be a mole.
Yeah. I'm really certain that there's a mole after the body that I walked in here with. Because we'll find them. We will find the mole.
If there is, we'll kill him.
It's not a matter of if, it's when.
I still don't want to risk Molly's death in order to get aid from Queen Remy, or whoever may become the next.
It's not risking her death. It's seeing that the execution is. I mean, you can probably send over a message like that, right?
Don't.
Remy is our best bet.
There's another plan, though, that involves not letting her die.
What's that?
Teleporting you guys out. You would just have to hold off for about a good few minutes.
And that's assuming the king doesn't send the full weight of his army after us to destroy the revolution. That's not an argument, that's a genuine question. I like that idea.
Yes. Theo is then going to begin to pull out these items as he begins to walk around and hand it to each and every single one of you.
Lynn, Asen, Jade.
Bob said, how could the king mobilize and move across the country in 2 minutes?
His whole army wouldn't be there. That would be erotic of him. But a good chunk will be there.
It's the capital. That's what I'm talking about.
It's the
Oh.
It's the center of the town of Molly's blacksmith.
Oh.
Oh.
Still a pretty decent sized city.
Mm-hmm.
If you can teleport us out of there, I mean, getting in there wasn't ever the problem. It was leaving.
Theo's going to hand you 2 of these devices, Jade, just because you're the smallest and can probably get to Molly the easiest.
Asen, Jade, Lynn, what do you guys think? Teleporting in, or getting in there, teleporting out?
I mean, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Lynn?
Bob said, me thinks it's a bloody good plan.
It will take a few minutes for it to charge, so you'll just have to hold off until then.
A few minutes. Then we'll have to play... Huh?
A lot can happen in a few minutes.
It took me less than 1 minute to kill that one guy, Vlado.
You guys can just hold off.
What are the forces that we can expect, Theo? How many people are going to be coming in and attacking us, trying to sow the honor of the king and get knighted. A lot?
Few. I would say quite a bit. Not to mention, I would expect a higher up.
Which one?
That I won't be able to tell you. Your main three will be the king's second in command. Lady Harper.
Theo, dude. You can teleport us. In.
Bob said, if we can kill a higher up, that would be a massive blow to his efforts.
Not in his territory. We have to do it on our own terms. I mean, yeah, it would be good, but doing it on his terms would be really fucking hard. I just thought of something. And Asen, if things go really well, let's do that. Me and Lynn can fly, Theo.
Mm-hmm.
We can grab Molly, lift her out. And how big is the teleportation radius, or is it for each of us?
Each of you have a device. Once it's activated, it will teleport you out.
Grab Molly, we fly up, and we don't have to worry. I can carry 2 people at once. That's Jade and Asen. Lynn, you can probably carry Molly.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to distract the inner guards with me music?
Where are we teleporting from? Or to? In retrospect to the execution.
Depends, are you going in or out?
Going
With the
in.
Yeah, 'cause it can only be used once, so you would have to leave on your own.
I say we go in.
I thought you were
physically
teleporting us
and
in and then teleporting us out.
No, it can only be used once.
What were you saying, Lynn?
I was just saying that we have to go in there ourselves and then use the teleportation to get out.
Wouldn't it make more sense to go with the minimum number of people? The most effective extractors. I mean, we can get through this without dealing any damage.
I will help us get in, and you rescue Molly.
You guys are gonna hear Axel, kind of stand up. Molly has built a secret entrance into her blacksmith. You guys can use that to get in. Sneak your way in. You won't be spotted at all.
Awesome. But no, that still begs the question, wouldn't it make more sense to go in with the minimum number of people to extract? I mean, one person to fend people off and then another to take the person out.
You only tell us that now, you little bleep, 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 bleep.
I was being killed.
To them like that.
Give me some time.
Kidding.
Knock it off, Ethan.
You
And I
little
mean that.
fucking shitting fuck. Wait.
The less people
Really?
you go into, though, it has a higher risk of losing the people you go with.
The less people what?
If you go with less, the higher chance they have to die.
Really? I mean, if we go in with less, we don't have to use all of the teleporters, and we can use those on a rainy day. But
I mean,
yeah, they do
that's
have a
true.
higher chance. So going in with 2 people that have extremely good area of effect abilities and can be used defensively.
Ethan, watch what you say. You know what? As one says that, she kind of gets up and waits to see what he says.
Sindri kind of side-eyes Lynn. We're all equals here, Lynn. He can speak his mind.
Bob said, I have my razor leaves. Combined with Gia's staff, it becomes pretty deadly.
Defense. I mean, defense. Somebody comes at you with fire abilities, razor leafs ain't doing nothing. Even a flamethrower. Jade would be really good for surrounding and damage, as long as you keep using your toxic breath. But defense, not so much. Gio, what are your abilities?
My spells?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still learning, but I have Wind Blast, which will allow me to shoot a amount of wind up to 30 feet. I also have Cure Wounds, which allows me to heal. Air Shield, which allows me to create a shield of air that can collect items and people, that when after a few minutes, I can then burst out, causing damage and launching the weapons. And then Fire Bolt, allows me to shoot a bolt of fire.
Where I'm from, Wind Blast is called Tempest Current. But, you have an air shield. How long can you use that for?
As long as I need, so long as I still have the mana for it.
How much force can it sustain? I mean, can it get hit by a truck and be okay?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. I think we send a scout first. Asen and Lynn would probably be the best for that. And you guys figure out what dust falls are mobilized. If you guys know what dust falls look like. Or if you know any of them that are in there. And then we can figure out who's defending the execution. And then figure out who we need to send to go in. If it's you guys, then the scouts fly. Just simply go in. If it's me and Jade, then we just find a way in. If we only send 2 people, and the other 2 give the others their teleporters, we can get in and out easily. Without a hitch. I guess the last question is figure out who's going in.
So we're going to split up the party.
What'd you say?
So we're splitting up the party.
We're splitting up the party so a few minutes can turn into a few seconds.
Bob said, "Why not have Jia come with us scouts?"
Less people. Asen, you can cover groundwork. I mean, go in there and disguise yourself all you want. Lie as spin your silver tongue, and Lynn can fly above the clouds without being seen. Like I said, we're splitting up the party so we can have a few seconds.
We got pictures of who is in the dust
Theo,
balls.
do you have a King's officer uniform?
No.
Do you have pictures of each of the dust falls?
Yeah, I can send them in general. Like on Discord.
And in character, dude.
Theo nods his head as he begins to lay out the pictures.
What about you, Leah?
Obviously, you guys know what Jackie looks like, and so she won't be a problem.
Jade, if me and you go in there offensively, I can create a bubble, but only around me. It would push you out of it.
Did you forget? I can literally just disguise myself. I mean, yes, the cloak does extra disguising, but I can literally disguise myself.
Problem, when people figure out your disguise, somebody can just shoot you in the head.
Yeah, true. Right.
Leo's gonna speak up. Not to mention, if there's a magic user, there's a chance they can see past the cloaks.
True. That is very fair. Okay.
But if Jade were to disguise herself with her disguised self, they may not even notice.
Maybe, but that's risky. Lynn, how do you feel about flying overhead? Seeing who's in the dust balls.
Mm-hmm.
Asen, how do you feel about not being a scout? And instead coming with me.
Bob said. Jade, do you think you can make me in King's officer uniform to better disguise me?
She can only disguise herself, I'm assuming.
Yeah, my disguise is only for myself. I mean, if you want, I can teach you to learn disguise.
I don't know how well that would go, though.
True.
Lynn, you fly overhead. Scout. Me and Asen will go in. Asen, you distract everybody. I mean, everyone. People would want to be more focused on celebration and performance rather than an execution, right?
Mm-hmm.
I go in, grab, what's her name, and Jade. You sow as much chaos into the crowd as possible. In the confusion, me and Jade sneak out. Asen, you're left innocent, and Lynn, you're not noticed.
Mm-hmm.
But Asen, you cannot do anything that's gonna get you caught. No lying, no stealing. Only truths. Performance. What do you think?
Bob said, I understand.
I know you understand me. I'm asking if you can do it.
I will not fail you.
You'll not fail us. All of us. We're not going to fail the people that died to the hand of the king.